to my back porch. You like the signal?
Oh, that's the signal. I missed the signal.
Hey, cheers. All right, you guys. You ready for another Tuesday night? Because we are ready for you. We have set up something like pretty cool that we've never done on the patio. Give it up for Rodney Lee. That's Rodney Lee. Rodney Lee has been playing keyboards in my band for 18 years.
Yeah. I think it's time for a watch.
I think it's time for a watch.
Gold watch? Gold preferably?
Maybe it's not going to happen this year. Maybe the gold watch.
Yeah, I understand.
Not this year. Maybe next year.
Maybe next
19 years. Okay, so we've basically grown up together. Definitely shared a lifetime of music together. And after 18 years of seeing his face most every weekend, and mostly more than that, I've only seen you once since March.
Right, yeah. Going through withdrawals.
I'm going through withdrawals. I'm going through Rodney Lee withdrawals. So you're helping me get through this because I get to have Rodney over to the porch, and we're going to do some special stuff for you. So, what are you drinking? I'm drinking our new wine because we have a brand new shipment coming out for our holiday shipment next week. I'm drinking it. I'm drinking Shades of Blue. You don't even have that yet. You don't know what it is, but I do, and it's good. And I want to know where you're coming in from, what you're doing, but I want you to do one thing for me, because Rodney has done some cool stuff, and we're going to feature him and kind of this music that you haven't heard a lot of from me or from him. We're just going to mix it up and have some crazy fun. But I'm going to need you to just go with me on this, okay? Take your coffee table, move it out of the way, because you're going to have a dance party tonight, all right? And I know we're on the porch, and I get it. Maybe you're warm and comfy inside. Just move that coffee table to the side. Just get it out of there. You're going to need that space, because you're just going to get caught up in it. You're going to be drinking wine, and music is going to make you escape to this other world, right? Yeah. Let's hope. Okay, so I'm going to start off by saying, when I first moved to Los Angeles, I used to do all kinds of crazy gigs. I played on the street on 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica. I played in the Macy's men's underwear department one day for a sale. That was awesome. I played on the steps for the LA Marathon. Rodney and I have played everywhere, from a barn to Bourbon and Beyond in front of 80,000 people. We've played everywhere.
Let me tell you, I used to play at it was a club. It's when I first moved to LA, like in 91 or 2 or so, and it was a club, South Central, and you would play. I'd never seen anything like it. You would play, and the singer, people would come up and tip the singer like $1 or something.
Really?
Yeah.
In a club?
Well, it looked like it. Maybe on the other nights it might have been a strip club, but it wasn't a strip club that night. But it was all ladies, and they were just like infatuated with the two singers.
You were not one of the two singers.
No.
So you didn't get dollar bills?
I did not get any dollar bills.
That's
but
wrong.
They in the early 90s, there was a lot of problems in South Central and gangs and all this kind of stuff. And so I asked someone, and finally, what area, because you can't tell when you drive through. It all looks...
No, it looks fine.
So I asked, where should I be? Where should I avoid?
Yeah.
And they said...
Don't play at that club.
Well, they said, you don't want to be anywhere near Florence and Western or something like that. And this club was literally on the corner.
But you lived. You
But
lived to be here.
I lived.
See?
I played there probably for a whole year.
See? You don't know.
But see, I didn't find out until afterwards that I was in the wrong place.
Right. Then it's funny.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh my God, I shouldn't have been there. So the club I'm thinking of that I played was on 3rd Street Promenade. I forget the name, but it was DJs playing mashups of all kinds of pop music and soul. And I would sit on the bar literally all night on the bar and play saxophone. I didn't do anything but sit on the bar and play to these awesome things. He'd be, mashing up Prince with Michael Jackson, with, the Commodores, with Tina Turner. It was awesome. And it reminded me, when I heard you first do your mashups, it reminded me of those days for me. And I was just drinking some cocktail, sitting on the bar, just playing, having fun, and everyone was dancing. So that's kind of what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to sit on the back porch, and he's going to do some crazy, crazy stuff. So will you tell them what they're in for? Just give them a 1-2 punch of how this works.
Yeah. Or how I got into it. A few years back, I put out a record called The Satellite Orchestra, and it was a band, just a trio.
It was so cool.
Me and bass and drums, and there was a lot of live looping, so songs would have a very loose structure, but there was a lot of backing tracks from the computer and all that, and then you could break it down and build it back up. And out of that, I started thinking more and more about DJing and getting into it. And I wasn't going to become a turntablist. I wasn't interested in, getting records and all that kind of thing. And I was trying to figure out, what am I going to do? So in the process, I started doing these mashups, and I felt like, wow, this is kind of cool. And so I've been doing that for the last, 10 years or so. And, whenever I'm on tour or anything, sitting on an airplane or whatever, I've got my headphones on, I got my laptop, and I'm just
creating
these mashups. So this first thing we're gonna play. You wanna play something?
Yeah.
All right. So this first thing, I'm a 70s head.
Okay. You're an Afro head tonight.
Oh yeah,
he's growing his hair out.
I'm bringing it back. So I love the music from the 70s and especially the funk music from the 70s. So everything you're going to hear today is going to be these mashups of old school 70s funk grooves with current vocals. The way I we can talk about later about how I go about finding this stuff, but this first one is a song by the Meters called Jungle Man. And it's just a track, and I've taken it apart and put it back together again and mashed it up with the song by Ellie Goulding called Burn. That was a big hit on the dance floor quite a few years ago.
Huge hit. You know this song, Burn.
And
huge hit.
It sounds like this.
All right. You ready?
We'll talk more about, if you have questions, you can ask.
Oh yeah, you got questions, ask. Eric is at the controls here, but move that coffee table out of the way and let's have some fun.
All right, thank you, the Meters. Thank you, Ellie Goulding.
Woo! I like that.
You don't have to worry about nothing. We got the fire, and we burning one hell of a something. They're gonna see us from outer space, light it up, like we're the size of the human race. They don't know what they heard. So much they know, giving love to the world. Sing our hands, shining up to the sky. 'Cause we got the fire. Yeah, we got the fire. We're gonna let it burn. We're gonna let it burn. We're gonna let it burn.
I always just feel hipper when I'm with Rodney. You always want someone in your band who makes you look good, and or is so cool that they bring you up. So I've spent 18 years with this guy inspiring me, and you didn't even know about this music, but I would hear it on the bus and in the van and, you know, all these cool places. So I don't know, tell them how you find this stuff, because if I were looking to do mashups, which, you know, I play a saxophone, I'm not that cool, how do you even start with this?
Yeah, it's actually, you know, back in the day, the DJs used to have to comb through record stores and their favorite stores where they go and they find LPs and they put them on and find break beats and stuff that they would want to use.
Yeah.
I did it all online.
Love that.
It's
Thank you, Internet.
Yeah. So all the stuff is on, some of it's from CDs that I had, and I knew, I know that groove from this thing that might be cool. But a lot of it was just going on YouTube and just typing in funk, 70s funk. And I found stuff that I'd never heard before. I mean, there's all these 45s and stuff. It's all online. Now, you know, you can argue and appear and say the quality's not as great, blah, 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 blah. But some of these records you can't even go and find anymore.
No, he brought me a song one time. You brought the band this song. We did a series with Mindi Abair and the Bone Shakers. Yeah, Reverend Deacon John. Deacon.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I don't even know who it was. The song was awesome.
What was it called? It can't turn you.
Can't.
You don't know how to turn me on.
You don't know how to turn me on. Yeah.
So if you were coming to a Mindi Abair and the Bone Shakers gig, you know, probably around 2015 or 16, you heard us do.
Yeah, we were trying it out.
You don't know how to turn me on.
Yeah.
And it's this artist that we've never heard of, but you just found. He combs for these things that you and I don't know to look for.
Yeah, and it's, you know, we all get on YouTube and, you know, go down rabbit holes and stuff, but it's, for me, it's like I have a focus and a purpose in what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And then I find a song that's like, ooh, that's got a really cool groove or whatever. Then I have to find a piece where there's no singing, right? Because I want to take the groove and then mash it with something else. So the stuff that works the best is when you find a little 4-bar groove, like maybe it's often at the top of the song. Sometimes it's in the middle of the song, a breakdown or something.
Horn breakdowns or cool drum breakdowns.
And I take all those pieces, and then one thing that happened, in the 70s, nothing was done with a click, so time is out the window.
Oh, right. There's that.
And so in order to lock it in with other things, you've got to like stretch it, and so there's a fair amount of work to be done. So I take all these clips and I make little pieces, little groovy funk pieces, and then I find a vocal. And that's the same thing. You search online. There's a site called, I think, Acapellas for You. So it's not, you can't get every song, any song you want as an acapella, but you just go through and you find something that you know and say, that might be cool.
So you can literally go on this website and they have lead vocals of songs that have become hits.
Yeah, and then YouTube has.
This is not something I know about. Do you know about that? You and I, no, we don't. He does, and that's why he's super cool.
And then you gotta. Then the next level is you gotta figure out. So I have a whole stash of vocals that I know the key and the tempo.
Yeah.
And then I have a whole stash of funk grooves from the 70s where I know the key and the tempo.
Your house is a fun place to be.
And then I have to find where this one is going to work with this one. And you try it out, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But tonight we're going to be playing the stuff
that works.
That works.
Okay, you're going to love this next one. We're just having fun up here. Are you guys drinking? Are you guys having a good time? Have you moved the coffee table out of the way yet? I hope you have. All right, I know you need a sip of wine.
Yeah.
This is inspiration.
I haven't had a sip since March.
Nothing since March.
Nothing since March.
Okay, guys, we ruined him tonight.
Yeah.
No wine, no beer, nothing since March. He's been a very good person.
Yeah.
Until tonight.
Until tonight.
All right, let's play some music. You guys ready for another song?
All right, so this is Soul to Soul, Back to Life.
Love Soul to Soul. Such a huge fan.
Amazing vocalist Karen Wheeler. And then there's a group called Mandrill out of San Francisco in the 70s, which had the funkiest stuff you've ever heard. A lot of it was instrumental.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is a thing called Positive Thing with Back to Life.
Okay, if any of you know the band Mandrill, you win a medal. But you're gonna like this.
All right, here we go. Let's see.
Come on, DJ Rodney Lee. something we have not gotten to do in so long, just sit and play and jam. And I just want to say thank you for coming to our back porch every Tuesday, because we just have so much fun making music with you and being with you and drinking some wine. It just means so much. So thank you for making us a part of your week and just having fun with us. So where are people coming in from?
Well, you got people from Australia and Chile, Costa Rica, England,
and Costa Rica.
the great country of Tennessee.
The great country of Tennessee. I like that.
Yep.
It is good country out there.
Yep.
I do like that. We just want to thank you guys for coming. How fun is this? What was I going to say? Oh, we have PayPal. So if you like what you're hearing, this will go to Rodney and myself. So go to PayPal.com/ I don't know. It's on your
PayPal.me/Mindi.
PayPal.me/Mindi Abair. It's all very confusing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But thank you so much for your support. You guys have been so amazing through this. And, musicians and artists and road managers and venues, this is not our year.
I'm retired.
Yeah, you're
I'm
retired.
I keep telling my wife, I think I'm retired. I look at my calendar. I don't see any work. I think that's it.
I think this is what it feels like.
Yeah, but I hate to say it, I'm getting used to it.
No, it's not going to last forever.
No. Well, we don't want it for that reason, but I'm kind of enjoying my entire retirement right now.
I think you got to let it sink in and be cool with it. Drink some wine on the porch and make the best of it, right?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Absolutely.
I think so. Okay, so we were talking earlier about time on the road. No one's been on the road with me as much as Rodney.
Yeah.
You're like, yep. And we were just talking about the very beginning, when I met you. I had just moved to Los Angeles, and I was, I was doing my thing. I'd been here a while, but I was going to see cool bands, and one of my friends, Chris Standring, in the early 90s, it was, I think, 93.
Yeah.
So they had a band called Solar System. It was you and Chris Standring and
there's a rapper named Crash.
Of course.
Acid Jazz.
It was Acid Jazz. Do you remember Acid Jazz? He did it better than anyone. And you can look up that old record, those old records, Solar System.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube?
I'm sure.
It's not Spotify?
I don't know if it's on Spotify.
All right. It's on YouTube.
It's definitely on
Check
YouTube.
it out. And it was super cool.
Everything's bootleg now.
I know, it's true, right? So I saw him with Solar System, and then I saw him with Chris, and we all became friends. And so when I needed a keyboard player, I was like, well, this guy's the coolest guy I've seen. I need to, see if he'll play with me. So I asked him, and sure enough, 2002, you joined up with me, and there were gigs here and there. I had a record coming out early 2003. And so the first one I remember was Catalina Island Jazz Festival.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. That's a good one to start off with. And it was fun.
Yeah, but that was that one, I remember, because you have to get used to it, because you take this little, it's not a hovercraft, but it's a really fast boat.
Oh, yeah.
And who knew that the water between LA and Catalina Island would be so rough? A lot of people were leaning over the side.
You're right. It didn't make for the perfect first gig.
So then now, okay, I gotta take my Dramamine or whatever, or you get the C report, right?
Yeah.
It'll tell you, but this time was just like, bam. Anyway.
But those were the starting gigs. We played a New Year's Eve too before that record came out,
Mm-hmm.
and it was cool to start out and have us as a team, because those first few gigs they weren't, there was nothing in between there. There wasn't like the world tour or anything. It was a slow burn, and I was still in LA, playing weddings and playing people's parties and stuff like that, and playing clubs to make a living while I was trying to get our band off off the ground. And I remember the people that I was playing with here in LA, they said, look, a lot of people have tried to be a solo artist and tried to put out records and tour, and, you know, it doesn't happen for everybody. So you've still got a job here. We still want you to play weddings and parties with us here. And I thought that was so nice, but it was nice that we took off and it started to get crazy.
Yeah, and then one thing you learn when you get to LA, if you're fortunate enough to get a record deal, is that people always tell you this, but you're never as broke as an artist as you are when you first put out that very first record.
You're right. Yeah, because people think you have a record out. That happened with my first record.
Well, you have a record out, but you haven't got the momentum yet. You're not playing shows. You're not playing enough shows, like you were saying. And you're like flat broke.
Flat broke.
Right?
Yeah,
but people,
that first record.
Yet people see your record, they hear you on the radio.
You made it!
And there you made it, you know.
You made it! No, we had not made it yet.
No,
we were stopping at the Krispy Kreme 6 a.m. and just going for it. So, cut to many years later, we were at East West Studios making the Mindi Abair the Bone Shakers record, and Justin Timberlake was on one side of our studio, and the Foo Fighters were on the other side. Third Richardson was in Dave Grohl's car, listening to mixes. So
we were almost famous. We were almost famous, and
we had Justin Timberlake coming around the studio and listening. It was good vibes.
Yeah.
So I think that this next song, I think it kind of goes into.
Right.
Right.
I didn't see Justin much. I saw him a couple times in the hallway, but we got to know his dog quite well.
You guys became friends. The
yeah,
dog.
The dog came down in our room. I think we had better snacks. And he'd come down in our room and we'd play with him. And
you want to be in our recording sessions. We have good snacks and good wine.
So, is that our segue?
I think that's the dog. The dog is the segue.
So this next thing is a Justin Timberlake song. Suit and Tie, and then
kind of a big hit.
We're going to go back to the 70s, and there's a group called Pleasure that our great friend Nate Phillips plays bass in.
Nate Phillips, bass player, Pleasure. Nate, we love you. Shout out.
And if Nate's out there, he can chime in and let us know if you're actually playing bass on this particular song. The song is called Pleasure for Your Pleasure. I don't know if you were in the band from the very beginning or just at the end. I don't know. I think it's you, though.
I feel like it's you. We're going with you.
So this is
Suit and Tie.
Suit and Tie, Pleasure for Your Pleasure, by Pleasure. And it's actually, let me just say one more thing, it's a good example of where I found little pieces that I could put together. So you'll hear this wah-wah guitar part, and then this drum fill, and the groove comes in, and then there's like a horn section part. And
he's a mad scientist.
All right.
You're going to dance to this one. Oh! That's right! Woo!
I can't wait till I get you on the floor good looking. Babe, going out so hot just like an oven. And I'll burn myself, I just had to touch it. But it's so fine, and it's all mine. Hey, baby, we don't mind all the watching. Cause if they study close, real close, they might learn something. She ain't nothing but a little doozy when she does it. She's so fine tonight. Yeah, as long as I got my suit and tie, I'ma leave it all on the floor tonight. And you got fixed up to the nines. Let me show you a few things. All dressed up
We have Eric in the audience. We have my neighbor Colleen, and that is our big audience tonight. But I know you guys are out there. We want to thank Can't Stop the Blues for putting us on their feed, and we have done a lot of blues albums and festivals and all kinds of stuff, and we love you guys, and we miss seeing you. So thank you to Can't Stop the Blues. Karen over there, you are awesome. We also want to thank Alert the Globe for streaming us, and if you want cool content, Alert the Globe has some super cool bands that they're putting up all the time. So thank you to Alert the Globe for putting us up too. So besides our Facebook page, which we're just happy to have you guys at, thanks to all those guys for hooking us up. So now I gotta say, our wines are just about to come out, and it's time for wine intermission. We always have to have a wine intermission, right? I mean, you can't just play music. You have to drink a little wine and have some fun too.
Yeah.
So I know you guys have your wine out, but we have new wines coming out next week that are awesome. And I've got a husband to talk about them.
Woo!
What? You take my chair and I'm going to sit.
Move? Now I'm going to sit next to you.
Oh,
so you go
what?
sit down.
Okay.
I'm going to get my glass.
See, I've got suit and tie on my mind. Baby, just get that suit
here,
and
hold this
tie.
one.
Yeah, I'll have that.
There you go.
I'm seeing a correlation between not being on the road and not
Drink it out of that.
Not being on the road
and not drinking. Like I
Yeah.
haven't been on the road since March, and I haven't had a drink. The first time I come and do a gig with you, here I am.
You're drinking.
See?
And I haven't seen Rodney since March, so that is
Are you saying?
We drew the reason why. The direct comparison.
Are you saying I'm a good influence? We are a good influence, or we are a bad influence?
Well, this is good wine, so
Yeah, it is.
look at the size
Yeah,
of
it
my
is.
glass.
He only drinks
So-
a glass a day.
Before we talk about the wine, hi everybody. Great comments coming in from around the world. We have the helicopters up above watching us, real Hollywood style. I know you can hear that, but thank you so much for all the comments. But I do want to mention something significant happened this weekend. The Wine and Music Party won
The wine and music party always wins.
the election, so thank you so much.
We won good wine is
Yep.
what we won.
Everybody won this weekend with the Wine and Music Party. So thank you for everybody coming in. So we are very happy to say that I don't know why I'm hugging this thing. I love this, right? I'm like,
It's like
Like a baby.
you get to like,
It's his teddy bear.
We're very happy to say that we have only 4 shipments that go out, and we have 2 wines that are going out this week. Over 1,100 bottles of our Malbec and Viognier. So there's a little bit left if anybody's interested. But we have 2 amazing wines. If you're not familiar with Malbecs, they originate in Argentina. But this California version of Malbec, the Sonoma County, is quite outstanding. And our daughter Jordan Guerra, that was a little jersey that just came out there.
Yeah,
Our
daughter.
Hey, my freaking daughter, Jordan Guerra, created the label, painted it herself, so you're going to be able to see that.
How
And
cool is that?
it's
Jordan
beautiful.
painted that.
it's hard to see that far away, but it is. I'll put a picture up for you guys when I get back to the computer. We couldn't be more proud, as you could imagine, but it's
Totally.
true artwork. One of the greatest labels that we've had created for us.
So proud of her.
Yeah.
Jordan, if you're on, you rock.
Yeah. And the other wine is the San Ynez Valley, which is Santa Barbara County Viognier. Now, we've had a lot of Chardonnays, we've had a lot of other white wines, a rosé, but this Viognier is one of the best white wines we've ever found. And if you don't know much about Viognier, please join us in our kitchen this Thursday night.
Yes.
This Thursday night, we're going to be cooking a roasted pear with
Honey and goat cheese.
honey
What
and
time?
goat cheese,
What
which
time?
goes perfect with Viognier. 5 o'clock, be here.
5 o'clock.
right over there in the kitchen.
Bring the kid over.
Bring the
wife.
kid.
What did you say? Duck?
It's roasted pears, with it's honey and goat cheese, and it's got this kind of reduced balsamic,
Perfect for the holidays.
and
But
it pairs well with
with
that. So
Viognier.
you're gonna drink more.
And Viognier is one of the most beautiful wines in the world if you get it right. We found this winemaker that made this a big, thick bottle with an amazing
Beautiful.
wine inside, and it's called Notes because of all the beautiful flower notes and the fruit notes. And it's not a sweet wine, but I mean, it is the most expressive wine that I've ever had in a white wine. So anyway, I'd like to say cheers to everybody. Rodney, thank you for
Cheers.
being here with us. Mindy,
I
thank
need
you.
a glass like yours.
Yeah. there
Oh
you go.
my God!
Don't hit it too hard because it'll smash your glass. Here we go, right?
Yeah.
Can't.
Wow!
Look at that.
Wow!
All right.
You can do
pouring
it.
it down my jacket.
You can do
What?
it! Oh
drink
my
the whole
God!
thing?
Oh!
Oh, no.
No!
Because I ain't
Woo!
chugging it, man. I'm 52 now.
Yeah!
Maybe when I was 22, I could have chugged that, but well, anyway.
Wine and music party, baby.
Everybody's loving the music. They love the mashup, the mixes. So I'm gonna take off. If you guys need wine, you call me. All right?
I love that.
Love
He'll
you
just be
guys.
over drinking his glass for the day.
I'm gonna go sit with our neighbors.
Oh my God. See? Wine intermission. You learn a little something. You see some cool artwork. Now I've got the bottle, which works well. And, this is more inspiration for more music. You gotta say again, thank you for being here. This means the world to us. We just have so much fun every Tuesday night. And I get to see Rodney, which is super special. This doesn't happen, so
I came out of retirement for you.
I know you did. You're gonna come out of retirement again too, and we can come back and play for you live. But that'll be a little while. So for now, Tuesday nights we're gonna drink and play. All right, what do you got for us? What is this next fun?
Let's
I
see.
mean, I know, but you don't know.
We're gonna do Jill Scott, Golden.
Jill Scott, Golden. I
and-
love this. I love that song.
And Sly Stone.
Sly and the Family
Can't go
Stone.
wrong
Stop
there.
it.
And I actually I have to shout out to my brother if he's out there listening. I'm not sure if he is or not, but he's actually responsible for me getting into folk music because he's 4 years older than I am. So back in the 70s.
You have to speak up because the sheriff is overhead.
They're coming.
Just, excuse me?
Yeah.
Yell above the helicopter.
Yeah.
Anyway, he had a record collection, you know, because he was 4 years ahead of me and was playing all this cool stuff from the 70s. So
He showed
a
you
lot
all
of
the
this,
cool stuff.
the Mandrill records, the Sly Stone records, the James Brown stuff that's coming. We'll do that a little bit in a minute. He had all those records.
You
And I think he
could've-
still has them in his house somewhere, don't you?
You could have gone down the path. He has a master's degree in computer engineering. I mean, he is the brainiac of brainiacs. He is so overqualified to play all of this, but it's so perfect because he's this mad scientist who puts all of these pieces together. And, you know, we've made a lot of records together, a lot of music together, played a lot of gigs together, but there is something that I can't do that, you know? You complete me with that. I can't put all those little pieces together. I'm not the mad scientist. So it's just fun to watch him be that. So watch him and watch what he's doing because he's changing things on the fly, and it's totally awesome. So
Thank you.
bring your Sly and the Family Stone, man. Woo! Come on, Jill Scott. Oh yeah!
I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf,
That's right.
putting it on my chain, wearing it round my neck. Taking my freedom, putting it in my car. I choose to go, it won't take me long. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden.
Get all funky with that bass line. again. Woo! Okay, I play that all night.
Hey, we only got 5 minutes. We gotta do this again.
I know, right? Thank you for
I've
letting
got like 80 more songs to play.
No, you know what? I mean, that's the beauty. You get up here and you just want to go. And if we were in, you know, do you want,
Can I have the wine, please?
maybe?
Yes.
Hold on. Just a little bit, right?
Hey, man, we're on stage.
Sorry
What?
to interrupt.
It's the middle of a show. Ah.
Yay!
He needs his wine. That glass wasn't enough?
I forgot to take it with me.
Oh my god. I still have this. I still have notes, and it's cold enough
We're
that
on
it's chilled.
stage. Yeah, no, it's chilled.
Do you guys have your husband walking in on your
Job.
Facebook Live shows? We're at work right now.
Yeah.
I mean, really. Walking in to get the wine. I should drink it while he's not looking.
So, are we really done at 6 no matter what?
No, we can go whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. I say we
had-
just play.
We had like 1 or 2 more.
We got 2 more songs for you. Is that all right? Is that all right? My audience? Yeah! Colleen says it's all right. Eric says it's all right.
Hey, woo, hey.
Okay, we're having fun. So we got 2 more songs for you, and I did want to say I hadn't mentioned this about Rodney, and I just want to say he does other stuff besides play in my band. Obviously, he is not retired, and he's got this whole other life. These mashups being a part of it. Okay, he says he's retired, but I don't believe that. So he makes children's records. And they're super cool children's records. I played on the very first one. I played Froggy. And I just have to say, not everyone thinks about their kids and what they're listening to and that kind of experience of music with childhood. But he did. And you had Raz, and you really just delved into this. So it's Groove Kid Nation, but will you just say a little bit about it?
Sure.
You guys should look it up if you have grandkids, kids, nephews, nieces, because it's just super cool music for kids.
For kids, for toddlers specifically. So like those songs, you know, you the Itsy Bitsy Spider and the Wheels on the Bus and all these things, they're like standards for children nowadays. When my kid was born, you know, I'm a musician. I'm looking for songs for him to listen to and play, and a lot of it is kind of nowadays produced all on one little keyboard, and it has this real synthetic sound. And you know, if you think about before just modern electronics and all this, how did kids get introduced to music? It was just, you know, someone playing strumming a real acoustic guitar, or
Yeah.
somebody played piano.
I grew up on the road with my dad's band, and that was like blazing, blue-eyed soul.
Heard live
It was,
music. So
yeah.
this Groove Kid Nation is kind of my attempt to leapfrog over all of the kiddie sounding stuff, and I couldn't think of any reason why a kid needs to hear it all synthesized and cheesy.
Doesn't need to be
So-
cheesy. Kids deserve cool
Yeah.
music.
So I took songs. The first record is basically standards, I guess you call it,
Yeah.
kid standards.
Songs you totally know.
And the concept was I'm going to turn them all into these soul funk tunes.
He did.
And so Mindy came in. She said she was Froggy. She plays on this song, Froggy Went A-Courtin'.
I'm Froggy. You can call me Froggy.
And then I went one step further because, you know, kids are very visual at that age. We're talking about, you know, the ages between 2 and 5. And so all the characters are actually musicians.
Yeah.
So not only do you have the story of Froggy Went A-Courtin', he did ride, blah, 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 Froggy's also a sax player. So halfway through the song, Froggy plays a sax solo.
Froggy whips out a saxophone, freaks
And
everyone
so
out.
everything's recorded live. It's all my friends, great,
All amazing
fantastic-
musicians.
Yeah, all great musicians. And there's nothing kiddie about it. So
No.
I think that's been part of the problem. There's not been a problem, but some parents may get it and go, ooh, this is a little bit too edgy for my kid, but it's not really. It's
No,
what
I
they
think
should be
it's-
listening to, but you know, but if you go back,
Love it.
when I was a kid, you know, we had the Jackson 5 on TV, the cartoon.
Yeah.
We had all the stuff. I don't know if the Archies had a band, but H&R.
Yeah, Archie's had a band.
And they had.
Hello.
Well, yeah, they were a band.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was all real music. It wasn't.
It was.
You know, you listen to the Jackson 5 then, it was real stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's not that kids need. It doesn't need to be dumbed down for them.
No, and you
know.
make great records. You should check them out.
So
They're
anyway.
so cool. So cool. I had to show you the other side of DJ Rodney Lee.
Still funky though. Still funky.
No, it's still funky.
Got
There's
to be.
Yeah, it's got to be funky. So, okay. So bring us into this next song. This is super cool. I'm a Maren Morris fan. And so you had made this mashup, and I thought it was awesome. I love her voice. I loved her song, The Church. My Church, or The Church, I can't remember. But, I mean, I love her voice.
So this one kind of happened. I found the vocal first because I liked this song. It's called The Middle. It was a huge hit, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. And I thought the vocal was just so amazing. So when I found it, the acapella, meaning the vocal without the music around it, I was like, this is fantastic. And it took me forever to find something that was in the right key to match it.
You did fine. He did fine.
So, because most funk is like an E, D,
Guitar keys.
guitar keys, sometimes F if they sped it up.
Right.
But they played it in E.
Yeah, they just wanted it to be a little faster.
It might be E flat because they slowed it down, or somebody didn't tune that day. It's that kind of stuff.
About
so
right.
It tends to be around there. So to find stuff like an A minor or G, it's tough. So
These are the daily problems
yeah,
of retired musicians.
yes. I'm in retirement. So I stumbled across this song by the Crusaders called Stompin' Buck. It's from one of their early records. And it happened to be in A minor. And so
Yeah. You got
I said,
lucky.
okay, well, then you got to make sure the tempo's right.
Right.
So the tempo's got to be in the same ballpark, too.
It's like working. You're making me want to drink.
Yeah. So, anyway, I found this piece. I put it together with it. Maren Morris is like she sang this big, EDM pop hit.
Yeah.
She's actually a country singer, but boy, what a voice. And
This girl
then,
can sing.
the Crusaders, coming from Houston, they've got a little country funk thing going on.
They were earthy.
Yeah.
They were earthy. They
Yeah.
weren't the slick, produced jazz. I mean, they had a thing. They
there
were
was
cocky
those-
and cool, but there was an
Yeah,
earthiness.
I put them more in the category with like the meters.
Yeah.
Almost. They're a little bit more
Yeah.
sophisticated maybe, but
Harmonically,
they
yes.
still had that kind of southern soul thing. I think they even had an album called Southern Nights. But anyway, it turned out to work out, I think, really cool. Check it out.
I like it.
Take a seat, rattle the bed, sat on the stairs, stay or leave. The cabinets are bare, and I'm unaware of just how we got into this mess.
to be able to play with the Crusaders, right?
Oh my God.
Bill Sample, Wilton Felder,
I got to play with the Crusaders just
You know?
now. You and me.
Wayne Henderson, Styx, Hooper. Come on,
I know. We have played with some very cool people over the years.
Evan.
Yes. Jill Bonamassa came into the studio
Yes.
and played with us on the East West Sessions album, and that was a pretty awesome day.
Yeah. We played with some jokers too.
We played-
They will remain nameless.
We can't talk about that. You can ask us about that off camera,
Off camera,
about the jokers that we've played with.
famous jokers.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very famous
This is
jokers.
true. But we played with some great people. Kev Moe came in.
That was great.
Oh my God. Greg Allman. I went and sat in and drank cognac with Buddy Guy. That was a good day. That was a really good day.
Layla played with us. Didn't Layla sing with us one time?
Layla Hathaway came in and
She guested
sang.
on the record, right?
Yeah, she guested on a few records. She did It's a Man's World.
Yeah.
And then she was background vocals on the Joni Mitchell song, It Must Be Love, which her talent is kind of, bigger than that.
And then you can you mention the latest guy on the new record?
Oh my God, yeah, if we talk over the helicopter. Hello, LA Sheriff. Okay, so we just finished a new record. You guys have heard, well, we opened the show with Forever, which was the intro, kind of before we came on the porch. But that's Rodney playing the awesome solo on Forever. And in the studio, literally, Steve Perry from Journey just walked in. And I didn't invite him. I didn't know him, but he was a friend of our engineer, Nico Bolas, and he just walked in to hang. And he just kept making cool suggestions, like, oh, you should stack some vocals there, or you should, this is really soulful, this is cool the way you sing this, do this. And I asked him a couple times, I'm like, do you want to go in and sing some vocals with me? And it was no at first. But then it was yes. I mean, he's on...
Yeah. Then we couldn't get him out of the studio.
Right. Like, get out.
in there
Get
just
out.
singing.
Steve Perry. No, he was amazing. And he went in the booth and just... he opened his mouth and he was
Steve Perry.
He was Steve Perry. It
I
was
got a
crazy.
I got a picture of you and Steve on the screen right now.
Do you?
Yeah.
Ah!
So, but the funny thing for me was, he came in, and I wasn't in the control room then, and I walked in, and he's sitting in a chair, and so I'm standing, and he's looking up at me, and I don't recognize him, right?
Well, it's everyday life.
He's 70.
When we don't have our makeup on, it doesn't look the same.
Well, and I haven't seen him in a long time, right?
That's true.
It's not like we were buds.
Right.
But he's talking and he's saying the strangest thing in the moment. I hear him saying, I just feel like I was cursed because all I wanted to be was black.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And I'm looking at him, and then he's looking at me, and he's like, yeah, all I ever wanted to be was black. I was cursed being a white man.
And you were like,
And I'm looking at him like,
I don't know.
who the hell is this?
Mindy, who are you bringing into the studio? I did have a really cool conversation with him, though, about how he loved Sam Cooke so much.
Oh yeah, that's known. I mean, but it's just the weirdest thing that you see this, this old white guy saying, "All I ever wanted to be was black. I was cursed." And
You're like, let me
I'm
sit you
thinking-
down.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm not sure if you were cursed. And then I find out
Who he
later,
is.
like I go into the, I'm almost kind of a little bit mad. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And then someone pulls me aside and says, that's Steve Perry. I was like, what?
Steve Perry, who sang.
So he gets a
So many songs.
get out of jail free card for
Yeah, absolutely.
that. Then I
mean-
understood it.
Yeah, he sang some amazing
Yeah.
stuff
Oh
on
yeah.
that new record. So, it's not out yet. We're going to put it out next year when we can be in our natural habitat and tour for you. But we will tell you stories about it in the meantime. So,
Mention this Thursday real quick.
Oh yeah. The husband is drinking his huge glass of wine back there, and he says, come back on Thursday. And yes, please come back on Thursday. We're going to be in our kitchen, and we're making the roasted pears with honey and goat cheese. And we're going to be drinking our viognier, which is so good. And it's chilled out here, just being out in the cold, because it's very cold in LA right now. It's about 60 degrees, which is cold for us. So, I just want to say thank you for joining us tonight. We saved the best for last. This is absolutely my favorite. And I love this next song. If you look up on YouTube, me and the Bone Shakers did a version of this next song. It's Adele, Rumor Has It. Remember that song? Rumor Has It. You can tell them who you mashed it up with. But we did a live version in the spirit of this. So you can look on YouTube. Mindi Abair and the Bone Shakers, Rumor Has It, and we were just having a good time. But this is the actual mashup that inspired that live track.
They'll.
Oh, you'll know. You'll totally know. We had helicopters. We had great wine. Please give it up for Rodney Lee. Rodney Lee! Tonight,
Mindi.
DJ Rodney Lee. How cool is that? And we got to see each other, which is just the best. The best. So thank
Good to be
you.
out of retirement
You are out of retirement for at least one night.
for one night.
So we are trying to play for you. We got to do it when the world heals a little bit, but we love you so much, and we miss you, and we miss each other. So this means so much. You coming in to spend time with us and drink and cavort a little bit. Hopefully you danced a little bit, but that's some funky stuff.
And Veterans Day.
Yes, and please raise a glass to our veterans, anyone who served in our military. My grandfather died in World War II, and I know your family was an Army family, right?
Air Force.
Air Force. Oh, that's what my grandfather was. See?
Mine was Army.
Yours was Army. Eric's was Army.
Yep.
So,
My dad.
Dad, see? We have everyone represented right here. So to all you veterans, to all you people who, members of your family are either out there right now or have served, we love you so much. Thank you for your service. It means the world to us. So, drink up. Thank you for an awesome night of music. And we'll see you Thursday and then beyond. We love you.